Hello there and welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be trying out an eyeshadow palette by a makeup brand that I've never tried anything from before. So the brand is called W7 and the palette we're going to be trying today is called the Violet Lights eyeshadow palette. So this is what the palette looks like. It instantly reminded me of the Huda Beauty Desert Dusk eyeshadow palette because it's got these beautiful kind of violets. It's got a enchanting mix of cool tones and warm tones. Yeah, and it just like literally, I looked at it, I thought Desert Dusk, and I was like, I would love to try that. So this beautiful looking palette cost me £5.49 and I actually bought her from Amazon. This palette is also not tested on animals and it does come very highly praised from the reviews on Amazon. I've not actually kind of read any of the reviews because I didn't want to like spoil anything for myself, but out of 93 reviews it got a total of 4 out of 5 stars. So today we're just going to be trying out the palette. I'm going to be creating an eye look. I have done the rest of my makeup in preparation for this. Also, just to mention, I am going to be priming my eyes today because I always prime my eyes and I feel like it would be like rather unfair to not prime my eyes with this palette. I always prime, so I feel like it's only fair to prime. Okay, and I've also popped on my little kind of eye guards because I want to create quite a severe intense line. I'm going to go in with this shade which is called Chemistry. Oh my gosh, I almost said chemistry. This is why you should not read shade names backwards. Also, just to note that this palette does have a mirror and the layout of the palette, like the overall look of it, looks very reminiscent of ABH palettes with the little squares. So you do get a total of 14 shades in the palette. 7 of them are metallics. 5 of them are mattes and 2 of them look to be mattes but peppered with micro glitters. Okay, so right, I'm going in with Chemistry and I'm just going to be popping this on my outer V and then I'm going to be bringing it inwards. Okay, so instantly I can see that this shade is not going to win any awards for pigmentation, but I mean it's, you know, it's building up nicely, blending nicely. I mean, I've tried more expensive palettes that have been less pigmented, honestly. Okay, so that's after dipping in twice and I think it looks really good, but I am going to change my brush because this one's pissing me off a bit. I'm just going to go in with this brush, why not? Okay, back in to Chemistry. So W7 is sold in amongst other places B&M, and I'm a huge fan of B&M, like a huge fan. And I've always been quite intrigued about the brand, but some things just always put me off, and I can't really say what's put me off, although I think if I was being super honest, it's probably the fact that, you know, the prices were so low. I was just thinking, oh, how can they be good? And that sounds really strange coming from me, who, you know, I'm always trying like very affordable makeup, but I don't know, like when I go into B&M, it's not really to buy makeup. If I go in with the boys, they at least manage to negotiate 1 or 2 highly expensive toys, i.e. bits of plastic. Do you know what? I'm really liking that. It's blended out so easily. I think the shade is nice. Is it anything new that we've not seen before? Definitely not, but I think, you know, I don't really have any complaints whatsoever. It's going on absolutely beautifully. Okay, so I am just going to go in with a bigger, bushier, definitely dirty brush, and I'm just going to add the same shade, but I want to flare it up a little bit because I want it to go like up towards my brow, because you know I am not 21 anymore, so I really need this eyeshadow to show, you know, above my crease. So guys, are you excited for Christmas? Oh, some fecker's phoning me. Well, I'm definitely not going to answer you, fecker. No, I'm busy. Busy, busy, busy. Okay, so I've just spent a couple of minutes just really kind of building up this shade and just focusing on blending it so that it looks really, really flawless. It does not look really flawless because, hey, this is me we're talking about, but you know what, I've done the best I can do and I actually don't have any complaints at this point. I think it looks really, really good. So we're going to move on to another shade and I'm going to go in to Butterfly, which is this shade. It's kind of like a chestnut brown, but it has hints of like plum in it. So I'm going to take a smaller brush. I'm going to go in with this one here and I'm going to just focus this right in the outer V and I'm going to bring it like down onto the waterline. The thing I've noticed about these shadows, like you don't get much fallout. They do seem to be very, very kind of pressed down. Oh, this is a nice shade. Look at this. You know what? This shade and the one that I've just used actually remind me quite a bit of a couple of shades that I've got in the Soft Glam eyeshadow palette by Huda Beauty, Anastasia Beverly Hills. I just had Huda Beauty on the brain for a second there. Okay, so this one is really agreeably pigmented. It's blending out beautifully. The shade is just gorgeous. I'm just gonna like take it all the way in. All the way in, and I'm just kind of following round, and I can't think of any more poetic way to say this, but I'm following round the shape of my eyeball, you know, just to really kind of work the shadow all around my crease. Would other people say the socket? Like, I'm sure that like the socket is probably like the technical way to say it, but oh well. Right, I'm just gonna pop a little bit more just on over this side. Oh my gosh, like so far this palette has definitely impressed me. For £5.49, I mean, you just can't go wrong, can you really, guys? I mean, if you think about it, £5.49. I mean, wow. Okay, right, so next we're going to, do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do a little cut crease and then I'm going to be back and I'm going to go in with, I don't know, I may go in with like, oh, the pink actually, because the pink looks so beautiful. Or this kind of like topaz kind of shade I may go in with. The more that I look at these shades, the more I love them. So W7 do have a bunch of other palettes on Amazon. Like they definitely do take inspiration from, you know, the more kind of popular palettes, but this one's like I'm loving so far, and it definitely, I would say, it kind of does look quite similar to the Desert Dust palette by Huda Beauty. So I would say that, you know, if you maybe have a look on Amazon, see what other palettes W7 do, and you never know, like I know they've replicated the Modern Renaissance by ABH, which I absolutely love that palette, and if this palette carries on impressing me, I may even try the W7 dupe, because you know, why not? Okay, so I have created a cut crease and now I'm going to go back in with the beautiful, yeah, I'm going to go back in. Oh, or am I? I kind of really want to try this Gamma shade. I'm going to go with the Gamma just to see what it looks like. And if we don't like it, it's such a light shade. Hopefully we can just go back over with Butterfly. But I want to try the Gamma because, you know, we're trying the palette. So we should try as many of the shades as we can. So I'm just going to dip my brush in. And Gamma is this beautiful light blue, like a periwinkle. And it has little glitters in there. So I'm just going to pop this in the outer V. Do you know what? I was expecting that to be a lot lighter. Have I got something on my lip? Oh, I do. Oh my gosh, okay. It's got some beautiful blue glitters in the shade, which I don't know if you're really going to be able to see, you know, once I've applied it, but oh my gosh, it's really gorgeous. And I did not expect at all that this was really going to show up amongst the browns, but yeah, it definitely has, and it looks really gorgeous. I really like that. So that's what she looks like, and I'm just going to add a little bit more and then I'm going to blend. Okay, so this is what that looks like, and I am going to have to remove the tape because, oh my gosh, it was literally en route away from my eyes anyway. So this is what we have going on. I'm not sure about the blue. I mean, I really like the blue as a standalone shade, but whether or not it is the best option for this look, I just don't know. But you know what? I'm just going to carry on applying it anyway because, you know, like, why not? So I'm just packing it on. Pack, pack, pack. Okay, so next we're going to go in with a metallic for the lid. I am really, really intrigued to try out this shade, which is, it kind of looks like an amber, kind of like a peachy amber. That was really, really beautiful. Or maybe I would want to go in with the Cure, which is this one. By the way, these metallics feel so soft and so buttery and just how you would want a metallic to feel. Or should we try the pink maybe? Why not the pink? Let's try the pink. Okay, right, yeah, I think I'm going to go in with the shade The Cure, which is like a rose gold. Okay, and to begin, I'm going to use a brush, but I will go over it if I need to, just with my finger. Okay, so I definitely feel like the concealer that I've used for my cut crease isn't necessarily like the very best base for this kind of shadow. The shadow seems to be getting a bit lost in the base, but don't worry. I will go over everything just with my finger, just to kind of, you know, kind of press everything in. Also, just to note that there is a little bit of fallout from this shadow because it's quite textured. I'm going to just go in with my finger now. You'll see this should make a bit of a difference, you know, as to what we can see. It just seems to be getting a bit lost, you know, with the concealer base. But, you know, the finger has really brought it out of itself. Do you know what, guys? Like, I'm so impressed. This shadow is absolutely gorgeous. I have walked past this palette so many times when I've been in B&M, and I've walked past the whole W7 stand so many times, and I'm kind of kicking myself now because, oh my gosh, I just feel like I've missed out. Like, how rude of me. Next, I am going to apply, I want to go in with like a slightly lighter shade. I think I'm going to go in with this shade here, which is called Oxygen. And I'm just going to be putting this into my inner corner. Just there. You know what? If you're a fan of the shades in this palette, I would definitely have no reservations whatsoever in recommending for £5 for, and I feel like I've said this so many times in the video, like £5.49. But for £5.49, it is like really beautiful quality, and I have no complaints whatsoever. We're just going to move on to the lower lash line. I think I'm just going to go in with a Butterfly, and I'm going to go in with this beautiful kind of orangey shade. Okay, so I've finished the eye look, and this is it. I know it's a little bit strange, you know, to have that blue with the other shades, but I actually really, really like it. Like, it's a different kind of look for me. I would massively recommend you give them a go if you're on the hunt for a new eyeshadow palette. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to finish off the rest of my makeup so that I can just show you the final look, and I can give you any final thoughts I may have, which I'm sure I will have some, because I just can never run out of things to say, apart from if I am actually in a social situation and I'm desperately trying to think of something to say and I cannot think of anything, and I'm just stood there like this. Like, that's me most of my time in social situations. But I think I'm just going to apply a little bit of this eyeliner from You Can Be. It's in the shade Dark Grey. I just wanted to create a little cute little wing, you know, just at the edge. Did I say little cute wing? Oh my gosh, it's going to end up... Watch now, guys. It's going to end up being the biggest fuck off wing ever. Okay, right, there we go. Why can my wings, like, never look the same? Why do they always have to look like very distant relatives? By the way, these eyeliners from YouCamBe are really, really good. They're called the Definer Liquid Eyeliner. And they sell them in a load of different shades. I definitely recommend. Okay, so I have finished the look. I decided to go in with like a bit more of like an intense dark kind of lip look, and I wanted to create like this ombre kind of scenario, which I don't know if I did it well, and I don't think I did, but oh well, it's there. This is the final eye look, and I have to say this is a look that I'm really, really happy with. I got here really, really quickly. It was literally no effort whatsoever just to get those shades on, get them blended out. I have to like say, and this is more just like a preconception due to the low price of the palette, and you know, I do try a lot of like very affordable makeup and very affordable eyeshadow palettes, but I still do have that kind of bias where I think that, oh, just because something's cheap or like affordable, it's probably not going to be as good a quality as something that was maybe more expensive. And I think that like no matter how many affordable and like you know, how many makeup products on the cheaper end of the things that I try, I think I'm always going to probably have that bias. But the good thing about that is it just surprises you when, you know, you end up absolutely loving the product. I cannot recommend this palette enough. I'm definitely going to be checking out the other ones. I don't really need any more makeup right now, but I don't need it. But do I want it? Yes, I do. So yeah, I definitely I'm trying not to buy any more makeup because like Christmas is around the corner. I've already spent loads on Christmas presents, and you know, I shouldn't really be buying myself anything. That's a complete lie. I should be buying myself something. I deserve it. But no, yeah, I'm not really like out there looking for makeup again, and that's a lie. My inner voice, that's a fucking lie. You're a fucking liar. Yes, it's a lie. I don't know. I'm always looking for makeup. I want it all. But oh gosh, guys, I would definitely recommend you check out this palette. I absolutely love it. Let me know if you like it too. Let me know if you've tried it. If you tried any other W7 makeup, let me know. Like, what's your like #1 recommendation? I would love to know. But anyway, guys, I am going to go. I really hope you've enjoyed the video. Thank you as always for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.